you can get a handle on why it's happening?
Well, I think you're right. Sometimes it feels like looking into a snowstorm. And I was trying to read and understand gilts and the gilt market, and you start to glaze over. Yeah. But nonetheless, of course you feel it. You know, if you shop anywhere but Aldi or Lidl, it's a nightmare. And it was great to hear tips on GBNews today that there's other places like trolley.com where you can compare your shopping basket, and there's a thing called approved food where you can get all sorts of tin stuff at wholesale prices. You know, and unfortunately, you know, I've just invested in cling film for the windows, you know, because we haven't got double glazing, and I'm terrified of switching the heating on. But can I just say on one thing I do understand and get angry about, which Liam hasn't mentioned, I was furious about this IMF intervention and butting in and saying, you know, telling the government, even though I'm not a fan of the, 5p off the 45p tax cut, because I'm not enamoured with it, because I'm so into a budget for growth. I was quite excited by the mini budget, but I can't see how the high rate tax cut. I get the tax investment areas, but I don't understand how cutting the high rate of tax, how that's a push for growth. I don't particularly get that. So I'm not enamoured with that. But for the IMF to turn around and say, oh, you know, this is leading to greater inequality, I'm like, who are you? You know, this is the unelected global elite institution that saw people in Greece, youth unemployment went to 56%. When I was filming in Ghana, you know, Kwesi's heritage, this was the institution saying, oh, no, you're not allowed to provide free secondary education because it's not a basic need or a priority, only universal primary. You know, this is an institution that is a purveyor of austerity and inequality, trying to tell us what to do.
Unelected globalists